whales weren't always ocean-dwelling giants. 50 million years ago, their ancestors walked on land. They hunted along rivers, they had fur, sharp teeth, and sniffed the air with a nose at the tip of their snout, not a blowhole on top of their head. And then evolution took hold. This is the extraordinary story of how a small, wolf-sized predator left the land behind and took to the water, and then became the largest animal to ever live. This is when whales walked on land. 50 million years ago, the Earth was almost unrecognisable. There were no polar ice caps, and global temperatures were 10 degrees warmer than today. Palm trees grew near the poles, and crocodiles basked in Arctic rivers. This was the Eocene, a greenhouse world teeming with strange mammals. In the warm coastal waters of what's now Pakistan, a predator hunted in the shadows, Pakicetus. At first glance, it probably looked like a weird, rat-like small wolf with hooves, a lanky mammal stalking fish and crabs. But hidden in its skull was the first hint of its destiny, thickened ear bones adapted for hearing underwater. Pakicetus wasn't fully aquatic. It ran on land, but waded into rivers, but it was part of a lineage, the cetaceans, that would trade land for sea. Next came Ambulocetus natans, the walking whale. It was unlike anything alive today. 3 meters long, fur covered, with a long snout full of sharp teeth. Its limbs were powerful, but awkward on land, forcing it into a belly crawl like a modern seal. Its body plan was actually very similar to that of a crocodile or alligator, a sign of convergent evolution. In water, Ambulocetus was a deadly ambush predator. Fossils suggest that it lurked in estuaries and tidal flats, waiting beneath the surface, much like the aforementioned crocodiles. When prey approached the water's edge, it lunged with explosive force. It swam with its hind legs, kicking powerfully and undulating its spine up and down as opposed to side, an early version of the swimming motion whales still use today. Ambulocetus was still tied to land, but evolution was already pulling it back into the water. It was Rodhocetus that refined the art of swimming. Its legs were shorter and its tail longer, with powerful muscles for propulsion. It likely had webbed feet and spent most of its life in water, only venturing onto land to rest or to give birth. This was also the stage where its nostrils began migrating upwards, inch by inch, towards the top of the skull, forming an early blowhole. Rodhocetus didn't only survive in water, but it thrived. By the time of Basilosaurus, the transformation was complete. Stretching over 18 meters long, Basilosaurus dominated the ancient seas like a living sea serpent. It hunted fish, sharks, and even smaller whales. But even this giant carried reminders of its terrestrial past. Tiny hind limbs dangled near its hips, too small for walking, but perhaps used during mating. Its spine still moved up and down, a relic of its four-legged ancestors. When Basilosaurus was first discovered in the 19th century, scientists thought it was a giant reptile. They even named it King Lizard before realising it was actually a whale. Today's whales are fully aquatic, but their bodies still carry the story of where they came from. Beneath their skin, they retain tiny, floating hip bones, useless for swimming, but a relic of their past, known as a vestigial structure. In the womb, whale embryos briefly sprout hind limbs before absorbing them again, and their spines still undulate up and down as they swim, a motion inherited from their land-walking ancestors like Ambulocetus and Rodhocetus. Even their breathing reminds us whales are mammals. They have lungs, not gills, and they must surface to survive, using their blowhole to blow out water and suck in oxygen. Whales are living fossils. Their story is one of transformation, resilience, and a return to the world their ancestors once left behind. It's a reminder that nothing in nature is permanent. This has been Prehistoric Fact Files. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell to dive deeper into Earth's ancient past with us. And tell us in the comments, would you rather stand before a T-Rex or swim with Basilosaurus? But until next time, stay curious.